On April 9th, 2025, a JP indie VTuber named Otsuka Rei posts a heartfelt letter to her daughter starting kindergarten.
My daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring. Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single mother.
From these two sentences alone, I knew I had to tell Rei's story to the Western audience. Inspired, I DM'd Rei for an interview to learn more about this resilient story of being a single mother in Japan and being able to support her only daughter through her VTuber activities. Rei graciously agreed to answer my questions, so now I will tell her story. This story begins with a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular individual. Sadly, he ended up being a playboy and Rei got dumped. If things couldn't be even more intense, she found out that she was pregnant.
The day I found out I was unexpectedly pregnant, I felt anxious. My parents were repeatedly in and out of the hospital, and I don't have any siblings. I wasn't sure if I could raise a baby properly without anyone to rely on.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things, Rei was a physically weak person, so people around her was concerned about whether she could safely give birth. What shifted Rei's mind was her familiar duties to her father and grandmother. Both of these family members told Rei personally that they wanted to see the face of her unborn daughter, and these very words influenced this young woman to give birth.
My father received a terminal prognosis and my grandmother was already of an old age. I wanted to make them happy while they were still alive, and this feeling also motivated my determination to give birth to Reika-chan.
It was important to mention that Reika's birth itself was a difficult one. Due to Rei's weak physical body, she was actually in critical condition during the child-rearing process.
No.
It got so bad at one point, the doctor approached Rei's father and asked him, do you want to save Rei or Reika? Thankfully, both did their best to persevere, and so Reika safely came into this world. It was during this time where a president of some agency tried to recruit this new mother to become an idol streamer at their company. Because Rei loves singing and dancing and needed a source of income to support her newborn, she jumped at the opportunity. This is kind of where Rei entered her Oshinoko arc, because while she was doing her idol activities, she had to keep it a secret from her fans that Reika exists. Lady Luck was on this new idol side because she was getting more popular as an idol streamer and was actually getting a lot of money from fans. But at a certain point, Rei felt a growing burden of lying to her fans. But on a much more important note, there's also the possibility of making Reika feel lonely. This is where she made a complete career shift towards VTubing. But why VTubing?
Originally, I performed as an idol without concealing my face, but I had an opportunity to perform alongside VTubers at an event. Witnessing how much they enjoyed performing and how brightly they shone on stage sparked my interest in this world of VTubing. I was also deeply moved by the enthusiasm of the fans, which made me think I also want to dive into this world too.
VTubing just made sense in this case because it was the optimal choice of raising Reika as a single mother by being able to work from home while maintaining a certain level of privacy. What made things even more interesting is that this new VTuber made the conscious decision of including Reika in her streams.
My daughter is still young and in such an irreplaceable stage of—
I mean, to be fair though, I think that's a smart play, right? Things like Pecora's mom and like other siblings for VTubers like in the background are like kind of like really popular memes in like a lot of big VTubers like fandoms. So
of childhood, so I would always like to be by her side. As expected,
I remember I watched this movie.
I don't have anyone
but I didn't
close
watch
to
it
me
all
who
the
I can
way.
trust Reika
Or
to.
did I? I don't remember.
And I
Lily
think it's
might have watched
impossible to
this,
hide
but
the truth while
I don't
doing
remember if
streaming
we finished
activities
it.
alone.
One other thing that Rei mentioned was that she fondly looked back on the times her parents had recorded videos of her childhood. In many of the same ways, streaming together with her daughter was a way to preserve her daughter's growth and memories. Well, I'm very happy Reika was included in her streams because she is so precious. I mean, look at the time she found out that she was going to Sanrio Borderland. Personally, my favorite part of this dynamic is when Reika would jump on for a karaoke stream and sing with her mother.
That's pretty cute.
I'm thankful to God this girl isn't my niece, because if she asked for pocket money at a family function, I would deadass Venmo her $500, send her 5.59 Bitcoin, and start a trust fund for her. Rei-san actually shared with me that she plans on releasing an original song with Reika-chan, and it will be a cute children's song. On my mama, when that peak drops, you know what I'm blasting when the bros hand me the aux cord. What's truly amazing is how a medium like VTubing makes content like this accessible and is able to give individuals like Rei an opportunity to pursue their dreams, but also have the opportunity of being so involved with raising their children.
I am truly glad from the bottom of my heart that I chose to become a VTuber. My body isn't very strong, so I believe it will be difficult for me to continue as an idol or get a regular full-time job while raising a child on my own. I was a victim of stalking during my idol days, so for the sake of protecting my child's privacy, being a VTuber where I don't have to show myself is the choice that can give me peace of mind. Most importantly, because the VTuber work style exists, I don't have to miss the irreplaceable moments of being with Reika.
But beyond this miracle story, I also wanted to get Rei's perspective on being a single mother in Japan. It would be an understatement to say that there is a huge negative stigma towards single mothers in this country. Japan is a place that embraces traditional values and has a strong emphasis on family structure, especially having a two-parent household. A single mother is a complete antithesis of this. So when a normal Japanese person initially runs into single mothers, they are instantly labeled as irresponsible, failed, or even selfish for raising a child alone.
In Japan, the reality is that being a single mother often doesn't leave a good impression. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a difficult financial situation.
What? Silken Rabbit, shut up, bro. If some people don't like AI videos using AI voiceover,
this
like,
is
let
a common
them
belief
dislike
held by
it,
many
bro.
Japanese
It's not a big
people
deal.
based on the current
Like,
standings of this
Jesus.
group. According to the scholarly paper, evidence from low-income single mothers in contemporary Japan.
It is an AI?
51
Oh, he got a separate voice actor to voice it. Oh, okay.
in Japan live below the poverty line, which is one of the highest rates among developed
Oh, there you go,
countries.
chatters. It's not
Many people
AI,
just
so you can stop
overlook
fucking
how
typing
hard it is
KMS.
of truly
Annoying
raising a
fucks.
kid alone in Japan.
No matter how hard we work, we also face prejudice, such as you only care about work and neglect your child, or I don't think you can properly raise your child. The truth is, we work that hard because we care about our child. However, I feel like it is hard for others to understand that.
I could definitely feel Rei's frustration of people looking down on single mothers like her who put everything on the line for their children. She shares things like, as a mother, what brings me the most joy is seeing my daughter smile. No matter how tired I am,
Literally showing
Reika's
a person
adorable
who's voicing
smile
for her?
always heals me, or observes that
Hey, just at
children
May.
mimic what parents do as they
Where's
grow
this guy?
up. That's why I have to work hard to be a role model for
Yo, what
my
you gotta
daughter.
say for yourself,
When I
pig?
hear these deep, meaningful answers about being a single mother, I can only show my respect for people like Rei. My respect for her only grew further as she gave encouragements to single parents out there diligently raising their children on their own.
He's the one who
You
was
don't
saying
have to
AI
be
chat,
perfect,
AI
and
voice.
don't work too hard. The worst thing that can happen is for a parent to fall
Fuck you,
ill,
Consume. Go back to
especially
playing
a
your
single
modern
parent.
Minecraft.
I used to keep pushing myself to the limit and ended up falling ill. My viewers scolded me for it, so I've been more mindful of my workload.
What I just like about
believe there was
Rei's
AI as
story
well?
is
Well,
that
I don't fucking
it
care
provides
either
so
way.
much hope. She's able to show
I don't
people
care if
that
it's
there's
AI voiceover
always
or a
way,
real person.
despite your
Like,
circumstances
that doesn't
or the way
affect how
people
I
label
enjoy a
you.
video.
For me though,
I'm just
at a
talk- I'll talk
certain
about the
point,
people
I
in
straight
chat
up
that were
asked her,
fucking making it
how in the world
annoying.
did you persevere through all these life challenges? For her specifically, being a single mother is hard enough, but she also had to deal with other life curveballs, like having her father pass away last year, or dealing day to day with her physically weak body. To that
Bro's
question,
okay with AI?
she had a short
It's gonna sound crazy to you, Blue. But did you know an AI voice says all my TTS? I know, it's crazy.
but profound answer.
The more difficult experiences a person has gone through, the more they are able to save someone's soul. The person who never gives up until the end will undoubtedly
Yeah,
succeed.
there's no
These
human
two
guy
phrases
named
have
Brian on
always
the other
remained in my
side
heart.
saying my
Since
text
I
to
was
speech.
young,
I know
I
this
have
is
experienced various illnesses and
a
long-term
big, like,
hospitalizations.
eye-opening
Even
moment.
now, I often can't sing well due to my throat and ear illnesses. But I believe that you will eventually be rewarded for pushing through these tough situations.
This has been the story of Otsuka Rei and her inspiring story of being a single mother VTuber raising her precious 4-year-old daughter, Reika. If you want to support her in any way, all of her social info will be down below.
That's pretty cool. Damn, bro, 4-year-olds are really fucking smart. Like, she talks really well for a 4-year-old. Maybe I just don't know how 4-year-olds are supposed to talk, but there's no way she's doing ASMR with her kid, though. What's her, like, most popular short? 4.1 million, damn. Real 3-year-old sings Lolly God Requiem. There's no way. She had her child sing this. Alright. I respect the hustle, you know, it's a really trending song, so, you know. Yeah, true. Hey, listen, she's just a businesswoman, okay?